Hello. So once again, another random and spontaneous video. Talking about wholeness or oneness. Just whatever this is. I mean, there's no doubt here now that nobody knows what this is. It's almost a waste of time talking about this, but it just seems to happen. This just wants to express itself. You know, there is no doer. There's no little me character inside your body doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. There's nobody here. It can appear that way. So, I mean, if this is the first video of mine that you've watched, I'm just talking about that that self-character that you think you are is a thought. That's it. It's just an idea, an imagination, just a thought, a movement of energy that arises now in this timeless immediacy that nobody knows what this is. So all I'm talking about is that there is no self, there is no doer, there is no me character, because that is an imagination. It's an imagined story. And there seems to want to be a sharing here, or there's a fascination here now in this unknown. I mean, what do we want to call it? You know, consciousness, awareness, presence, God. Just words, stories, words, language. Nobody knows what this is. But loads of people think they know what this is. I mean, I would go as far as to say knowing creates suffering. Ask a child, a young child, what this is. You know, a young child playing Lego, a 4-year-old, 3-year-old boy, girl, just playing with toys in the corner of a room. If you ask them what this is, you know, ask them, why are you playing Lego? It's just, there's no, they don't care. They just, because it's just happening. They're just playing. There doesn't need to be a reason. I mean, I remember when I was a seeker, if you've watched my videos, you'll know I went down all the rabbit holes of spirituality and religions and conspiracy theories. It was extreme seeking, I wanted to know. And that's what's happening with being a seeker. You just want to know. And I remember there's a bit of a saying in the conspiracy theory world, if you know, you know. And that's suffering. Because you've just believed in an imagined story. If you don't know, that's relief. Again, ask a child who doesn't know anything. Body's just moving by itself. I mean, adults are just grown-up children, but they've been heavily conditioned with beliefs. That's all that's happening, really. If you look around at society, nobody knows anything, but they think they do. It's a bit of a joke. I mean, we all know lots of things, through knowledge and beliefs and conditioning, stories. But they're all made up, just all imagined. It's just, I mean, how true is that story that you believe in, really? This aliveness that's here, where are the stories? Can you show me one of them stories? This appearance is just here. I mean, it's not even got a location. It's just, I mean, even saying it's here is an imagined story. Because if there's a here, there's an over there. They're both imagined. Oh, there's nothing happening. But you think there is something happening. I mean, what an illusion. If you've seen this clearly, the way that it's being seen here, I mean, I resonate with a lot of other non-dual speakers as well. as I said in previous videos, I watched non-duality videos for it's probably around 5 years, intensely. And it's just so simple and obvious that this that's here doesn't move. And I know this can sound insane to people that are completely identified with the me character, and they really believe that there's a world out there and there's billions of people and countries. And now, relatively, that is true in the imagined, thought-based relative world. But in direct seeing, clear seeing, where is all that? Where's all the relative world? Where's all the characters? Where's the labels? Where's the stories? There's nothing happening. Now, the peace and the freedom and the relief when that's seen, it's incredible. It's immense. Now, there is no doer. There is no controller of anything. There is no you. You just think there is. As I said at the beginning of the video, the me character, that person that you believe you are, can only appear as a thought. A thought that appears now in this timeless immediacy. And timeless is a key word, really, because the me character can only exist in an imagined time frame of past, present, and future, which don't exist. Look, where's that imagined time frame? Where's the past? Where's the present? Where's the future? So yesterday, can you find yesterday other than a thought? Thought-based reality. But it's I'm not judging anyone here. It's not the way here. But it just seems that most people can't get it. Well, the me character can't get it because it exists in the imagined time frame of past, present, and future. That's how it survives. So that's why I don't really invite people to have I don't really teach or give advice, because there is no one. There's no one already. There's no one. There's no one. There's no doer. There's no one control. There's no one moving your body. There's no one breathing or blinking the eyes, or there's just no one pumping the blood around the body. A thought arises on its own. It's not your thought. You just think afterwards that it is your thought, which is just another thought appearing after the initial thought. You can't control your feelings. You just think that you can. So what's been seen here now is, I mean, nothing's important, but I want to say that this is important. There's an okayness here now with whatever appears or whatever seems to be happening. And it would seem that these humans, these human bodies, suffer predominantly through psychological suffering and intense emotional sensations or feelings. Obviously physical pain, we could throw that into the mix. Fortunately here, there's no physical pain, so I can't really comment on that too much. And there's nothing but compassion if that is happening for you, you know, because there's not a lot that you can do. There's no doer. If pain's happening in the body, pain's appearing, it's not your pain. Now, psychological suffering, this is where the me character's a little bastard. So thoughts of the past or worries or concerns or anxiety for the future, that's what I'm talking about with psychological suffering. So there's this immediacy that's here. There's nothing happening, ever. This is a timeless, brand new appearance. There's nothing before this. There's nothing next. It's always been that way. It will always be that way. But the me character, there's an illusion. It's not even there. Can suffer so badly with the imagined time frame of past, present, and future through this thought-based reality. Now, the thing is, you're not in control of your thoughts. This is where the message becomes hopeless. That's why I wouldn't really teach or give advice. You can't control when a mind attack happens or a shitstorm of thoughts comes knocking. It's just what's happening. It's not your thoughts. It's not even your story. It's not even your character. It's wholeness playing the game. But going back to what I said earlier, if there's a clear seeing of this, there's an okayness with whatever arises, even if that's really uncomfortable. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's no doubt here now that nobody knows what this is. And there's no doubt here now that there is no me character. It's just completely an illusion. And when that's seen clearly, you basically, I know it sounds bad this, but you're being played. This wholeness, this unknown existence that's here is just playing a game of I mean, Alan Watts said playing a game of hide and seek. I quite like that analogy or metaphor. I don't know what the right word to use is there, but you know what I mean. So it seems that this unknown existence wants to experience itself, the dreaming itself, in as many ways possible. Through pure love, excitement, joy, ecstasy, orgasm, but also horrific pain, psychological suffering. I mean, these are all labels. I mean, anxiety or depression is just a label. It's just a feeling. It's an uncomfortable feeling. That's all it is. But when this has been seen clearly, I don't know how to explain this without it sounding like a teaching or a doing, or sounding like there's a me that's achieved something. It's just that there's a basking in it. And it's a bit like bipolar in a way, because when there's a extreme excitement or joy, it's like full on, because it's kind of like no me character in the way, making a story about it. But equally, on the flip side to that, unfortunately, should we say that? I don't know if that's the right word, but when an uncomfortable feeling or a shitstorm of thoughts come knocking, and, well, it's intense, or anger, but it passes really quickly, it seems. Sounds like a paradox, because this is a timeless immediacy, but of course time is also an appearance that arises within this. But I don't know how else to explain it other than using time to explain that all psychological or emotional sensations come and go in time. But it would seem that if you identify with a me character, you can kind of want to hold on to a feeling, if it's excitement or joy, or really want to push away a feeling that's uncomfortable. That's suffering. Even trying to hold on to something that you would feel is good, a nice feeling, or it could be a material possession that you don't want to lose, you want to hold on to it. It's a form of suffering. But this just is as it is. So you can't do anything. You've never done anything. Nobody's ever done anything. Nobody can ever do anything. It's an absolute joke. But even if that's been seen clearly, the appearance of you doing things, or the appearance of you having done things in the past, can still appear. But it's just seen through as a thought. It's just a thought. Not sure any of that made sense, really. I've just been, what we're on now, 25 minutes. I've just been talking, and I'm not sure how much of that made sense, so there we are. So I would definitely say that the freedom is in the not knowing. Because nobody knows anything. And I think that's why it's so, I don't want to make this to be a, like I'm special or arrogant or anything like that, but I just think why that's the reason why it's so rare, this realization, because everyone is, when their beliefs are challenged, well, they don't like it. If you tell somebody that the only reason you think you're a person, you think you're a me character, you think you're that identity, is because you just believe in it. It's not actually there. I mean, why would they want to believe that? It's basically, it's the death of them. People can't have it. People won't have it. If you, this can trigger people, but so forgive me, it's not the intention. I'm just being as truthful and honest as I can. But for example, if you tell a woman that her children are not hers, well, it's not going to go down well. And I know if you're watching this, there's a lot of people might watch this video and think, what the hell are you talking about? That's how strong the belief in identification is. There is no you. There is no other. There's no you. There's no them. It's just all imagined. There's just bodies moving around. There's movement happening. You just think that you are you and they are them. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got a wife and children. When this has been seen, it doesn't turn into some nihilistic, bleak existence. It's not like that at all. Again, there's no doer. I, the Gavin Brooks character, loves my children very much. It's like, well, hold on a minute. You just said, how can you have children? You just said that, that's not the case. That's what I mean. So this message, this paradox is everywhere. So you've got no control of your thoughts. You can't choose your next thought. You can't choose what the body's going to do next. You can't choose the next feeling that arises. You can't choose to have a clear seeing of this or not. That's why there's no teaching or advice. It either happens or it doesn't, it would seem. But for whatever reason, in some bodies, and it seems to have happened here, all the stories can collapse. The sense of separation can fall away. And it's realised it was never there in the first place. So the whole imagined story time, it's never actually been there in the first place. It's just imagined. There's only ever this timeless immediacy. It's always been that way. It will always be that way. And I sometimes say it's the only real truth. It's the final truth. It's the only freedom or relief. You know, having done decades of seeking, there's nothing here. There is no answers. No one knows anything. So this aliveness that's here, you know, that sense that you exist. Let's say that feeling that something exists. This can't die. This can't. It's completely. It just always is. It's absolutely breathtaking, because you could say that's what you are. I mean, forget the story of you and the body. That's just a temporary flicker of movement, energy. So if that can be seen clearly, well, there's certainly less fear. I would almost say that there's no fear. Because this can't be touched. This can't be harmed. This is unconditional love. If a huge fire happened right now, this doesn't get burnt. It's unstained. You can throw black ink everywhere, throw red ink everywhere. This doesn't get stained. That's the kind of presence I'm talking about. That's the, I don't know, it's unknown. So that's the unknown existence I'm talking about. I don't know if this is making sense. I'm trying my best to explain the unexplained. So forgive me if it's not landing. This that's here is completely still and silent. It's completely neutral. But all the appearances within it, the polar opposites, can appear. you actually can't mess it up. You can't actually you can't make a decision. You've never made a decision. You've never done anything. No one's ever done anything. Bodies seem to have done things. Bodies respond in certain ways and they react. There's no one doing any of that. Not that there is a doer, but if you can, get off your high horse and see that it's not you that could even get off the high horse. Don't know where that came from. It's a bit of a random, bit of a strange thing to say, but I hope that makes sense. The me character is very arrogant. It claims ownership of everything. It's late. It's always late. The me character is always late to the party. The me character is always late to the show. Because the me character isn't there. And it never was. Got to be a bit. You got to be sometimes a bit careful with the ownership of the doership, because some people might then say, "Well, fuck it then. I don't have to do anything. I'm going to sit around and do fuck all day." But that's another doing. That's you thinking that you can do nothing. You can't, that's what I'm saying, there's no control, it's completely hopeless. It's just, it's an empty puppet show. This is happening all by itself. And again, I know, I could be ridiculed for this message, but it's just been seen so clearly here now. I just don't mind now. I don't really care. It's just what's happening. You can't escape this. This is always going to be here, even after your body dies. It's not your body. Excuse me. Burping happening by itself, sneezing, coughing, as if you're doing any of that. That's what I mean. The me character, sometimes it needs to get off the high horse because it thinks it's doing everything. The me character thinks it's the doer. But isn't that just a thought? Which you didn't choose either. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. But thank you for supporting this channel. It's been, I think I've been making videos for around 11 months now, and it seems to be resonating with a lot of people out there, so thank you. there's like thousands of subscribers now, which, you know, wasn't the intention at all. It still isn't. But it seems to make the videos a bit more worthwhile, I suppose. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. You see, a lot of people watching these videos, they might think that I'm sort of crazy or insane or whatever, but not that this needs to be said, but I'm completely switched on, aware. So the Gavin Brooks character, bit of story, you know, quite highly educated, got a successful business, wife, children, don't take any medication, don't take any drugs, drink alcohol occasionally, but there's just been a clear seeing of what is here. And it's the same where you are. It's just that you think there's something else. There's nothing else. Where would anywhere else be? That's what I mean. It's an absolute joke. I'm just being completely honest with you. This appearance that's happening is all there is. And it's always been that way. And I've got a lot of love and compassion for other non-duality speakers, Tony Parsons, Jim Newman, Kenneth Madden, Tim Kliss, Alexis, you know, Andreas. You know, as I said, 5 years I was watching the videos. Now, I don't know if all that seeking, I exhausted myself with seeking, decades of wanting to know. I don't know if all that is the reason, or the reason why there's a clear seeing here. I couldn't really say, because it's a timeless immediacy. It just seems to be what happens. The reason I say I don't know is because it would seem that there's others out there that have been watching non-dualities for decades and decades, 30, 40, 50 years, and they're still completely stuck in this illusion, which is fine. There's nothing right or wrong with that either. It's just what's happening. You can't even, as I said to you earlier, you can't choose to see this or not. And then there seems to be people that don't even know what non-duality is. They've never watched a single video or been to a meeting, and they're basking in this immediacy. They've seen through the illusion. Just whatever. It's just what's happening. I don't even know why these videos are happening. You know, I've got no agenda at all. There's no, you know, I'm not selling you anything. I'm not even trying to make any money. Or believe me, if you want to make money, don't try and make money with non-duality. There's no market for it. You know, there's just a fascination and a love here to talk about this. Well, there's nowhere else you can really talk about this. People won't listen. They won't. They just, you know, try it. You know, if you've had a clear seeing of this, you'll know exactly what I mean. You can't go and talk to your neighbour, your friends and family who are completely identified with the me character in the story. You can't really tell them about this. That's what I mean. It's a joke. You think if you're seeking this, if you're seeking enlightenment, you think there's something for you. That's the joke. That's the joke. All you find is that there is no you. I mean, I would say that's what enlightenment is, but people think enlightenment is for you. People think enlightenment is for me. Enlightenment is just this already. But there's no you here. There's no one here. So who do you go and talk to? It's a cosmic joke. Sorry, I felt like I was ranting on a bit there. Life carries on, as it always does and has. What's the saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. I suppose all you can add to that really is that there is no one who can chop wood and no one who can carry the water. There's just chopping wood and just carrying water. Whereas before, you thought you were doing it. Do you really want this? Not that you can choose to want this or not, but I don't think most people would want to. I don't know. I actually don't know that. I don't know anything. But I don't think that most people would. Most people want to survive. Most people want to feel like they exist. Most people want this to be about them. Me. Which isn't even there. You've just been caught up in a dream, in an illusion that you believe is for you. Just look, this aliveness that's here, where is that me character? Like, you can't, you ask some people, where is that me character? They might point to the body. I'm laughing because it's a joke. Where is that? Where are you? And they'll point to the body. That's just a body. You can't. You can cut open a human body. You're just going to find blood and organs and tissue. There's no one in there. Is that not really obvious? I'm not making this up. It's just a fact. I'm not offering any belief, or I'm just talking about what is. And thoughts of a me character arise in this. It's really obvious. Thoughts just appear from nowhere. No one even knows what this is, where they're coming from. That's all that's being shared here. You think the thoughts are yours and they've came from, I don't know, your brain. Even neuroscience has confirmed you cannot locate a me character in the brain. It's just not there because there is no me character. But this immediacy that's here, though, I mean, not that it needs to be explained, but how the hell is it even here? The fact that the fact that something's even appearing or that something is here, I mean, you can't really put it into words. That's what I mean. So you can't, because all words or all language is just made up within this. So everything appears within this. There's nothing that's not this. Everything is this. And this is unknown. So everything is unknown. But you think you know. I said at the beginning of the video, if you know, causes suffering. If it's unknown and you don't know, that's the freedom, the childlike wonder. Children don't need to know. Adults seem to want to know. I don't know why that is. But I tell you what, there's no wanting to know here anymore. The seeking has ended. This message is the end of the search. It's the end of seeking. It's game over for the seeker. Because it's just been seen that there's nothing else other than what's appearing. It's right in front of your face. So where would anywhere else be? Well, yeah, I'll leave it there, I think. But yeah, hope you're all well. Thank you for being here and subscribing to the channel and supporting the channel, and comments and emails. If I can help in any way, I'm more than happy to do that. But as I said, there is no doer, there's no teaching or advice. But if I can help in any way, I'm more than happy to do that. But yeah, I hope you all have a nice day. Take care.